So in our last video, I showed you how to make half square triangle blocks. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make hourglass blocks, and I'm going to bring you down here to my mat so you can see what I'm doing. Now here is a half square triangle block that I created today. And here is the half square triangle block from our last video. Notice that I am laying them face together, and I ironed all of my seams towards the colored block. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these together, and I'm going to sew. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these together, and I'm going to sew along the diagonal here. So I'm going to mark that diagonal on the block that's up, whichever one that might be. And I'm lining up my corners so that everything matches here. And we're going to put our mark on here. Nice and dark, just so you can see it. And I'm going to put a pin in. Remember, this is for beginners. If you're more advanced, or if you've done this a few times, you probably don't need a pin. But the pins are to make sure that my seams stay nested together here. So that when I pick this up, my colors are butted right up to one another. So let's go over to the sewing machine, and I will show you the next step. The sewing machine, and I'm going to put the 1/4 inch mark just barely inside that line that I drew. Remember, we're looking for scant 1/4 inch seams here. And I put my fingers right there at the center to make sure that it all stays right together. Want to make sure that those seams stay nested because we want sharp points out of this. These, you may as well make them so that they work properly for what you want. Now that we've got it sewn together, I'm going to take those 2 pins out. And when you open up your seams, this is what you should see. You'll get hourglass blocks. Better to do this now and double check rather than wait for you to cut it apart and have to fix it. Let's go back over to the cut. These, because it doesn't matter which direction you press these, because you're going to put your blocks together in a little bit. And it depends on whether you're going to sash the blocks or just join the blocks directly together. But here we have 2 hourglass blocks. And I need to trim around these blocks to get the little edges off. But I don't normally trim until I see how big I want my blocks to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them up to 5 by 5. A square ruler is super handy here to do this. But I don't happen to have one close by. And mostly what I'm doing is just trimming off the little bleh. Mostly what I'm doing is just trimming off the little dog ears here so that my block is square and purdy. That's a technical term, purdy is. But you have 1 half square block, and then you have a second one right here. I'm not making deep cuts. Just getting the little edges off, getting everything kind of matched up. And I'm being very careful with where my rotary cutter is, since I didn't close it, but I didn't put it down either. Don't ever leave an open rotary cutter laying on your desk. And there's all of our scrap. And we now have two very pretty hourglass blocks. Thank you for watching. Okay, so today we learned how to take half square triangles and turn them into nice, pretty hourglass blocks to use in our quilting. Stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll show you how to make another basic block very soon. Have a great day. Thank you for watching me. I'm Melissa with Practically Creative.